Good day, angels. So welcome back to our channel. Tonight we are doing our lemongrass body wash for men. It is made with apricot seed powder and essential oil. So if you all like the smell of outdoors or fresh cut grass, this is the one for you. Personally, I love it, but it's up to you all whether you like it or not. You can also switch out the different fragrances. You don't have to use the same fragrances that I do. And with this one, you would just want to make sure that it's an essential oil, because those are stronger than fragrance oils are, and that's what was used in this one. So if you do use just a fragrance, then you need to do the calculations to make sure that you're putting the right amount in, not too much, not too little. So with that, let's get started. Alrighty, angels, so let's get started with our lemongrass body wash for men. So if your man or you likes the smell of outdoors, you'll love this smell. It smells like fresh cut grass. I love it. Alright, normal routine. Hairnet, face mask, gloves, and apron if you're selling it. If you're not, if you're doing this just for you, you don't need all this. Okay, so we're going to need at least one beaker, maybe two. I generally just use one, even though there's quite a bit of ingredients, but it's up to you. If you want to use multiple, that's fine. We're going to need a funnel, a spatula, a pouring pitcher, and a mixing bowl. For body washes and shampoos, I like to use metal. The only reason why is because this spatula is rubber. So when we're scraping it out, it's easier. To me, anyway. But we're going to set that aside for now. And you're going to need gram scale and or kitchen scale, preferably both, but if you don't have both, then one or the other should be fine. And then, let's see, this recipe specifically is going to make 5 8-ounce bottles, and you'll need the lids too. And then I believe, paper towels and a pipette. Alright. What, Ryder?
Are you recording?
Yes.
Thanks.
Alright, so for the materials that we need for this one, we need 3 pounds of liquid suspension soap base. So 3 of these. We're going to need 1.5 ounces of apricot seed powder. We need 1 ounce of wheat germ oil. And then 18 milliliters of our lemongrass essential oil. And 1 ounce of bubble wash pearlizer. And then 0.2 ounces of preservative water soluble, PF. I don't know if the PF matters, but okay.
Can I see this real quick?
So we need 40 ounces of the liquid suspension base, so let's get to it. Oh, I need to put you down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, put our bowl on the scale. My hand is itching.
Bite it.
Why would I do that?
No, do this.
No.
It works. Trust me, it does.
I have gloves on.
Oh, wait. Never mind. Oh,
Just put it right there.
okay.
Alright, we need, what did I say? 40 ounces of this, the liquid suspension base. 32. So yeah, we won't use all of it, but if you watched any of the last videos, you'll know that we have to cut the bottom of these things off.
Yeah?
We have to cut the bottom of that off to get all of it out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Now, if you do, because there's like a whole ounce in there that's not that doesn't come out when you pour it.
Oh, that's kind of stupid.
That's loud.
It is. Kenny fell asleep, but he was up earlier, which is... I'm confused. He usually stays up until bedtime.
I don't care.
I know, but... It's just weird to me.
Did you find your phone? You didn't know it.
What?
You didn't.
If y'all ever want to talk about this, please go in the other room.
Okay.
Sorry if that's loud. What? I swear, y'all never bother me until I'm doing something.
Sorry,
It
babe.
never fails.
Sorry, please.
Don't start with your attitude. What?
I already have a pop today.
I only have one left, so no. The only one left is in the refrigerator. Do not drink it because I want it in the morning. Okay, so, like I said, if you watched the previous video, we have to cut the bottom of this off. And we need our spatula to get the rest out. Yeah, I just thought maybe make this a little easier on myself and cut it like halfway through. That would probably make it easier, wouldn't it? And of course she wants to go in there and blare that TV, and I know that y'all can hear it in the background, so please excuse it. One of these days I'm going to get my she shed together and go out there and do everything I need to do. Alright, so we got lucky with this one. This one had 16.3 ounces in it. And sometimes the bottom has some. Alright. Grab a paper towel. Just set our spatula on for a moment while we get our second one. You don't have to whisper. What?
Oh, I need to go downstairs.
Go. I don't know why you're telling me. I swear, y'all, I have the worst timing in the world. I can sit in there and be doing absolutely nothing on my computer. Nobody bothers me. But as soon as I put my headphones on to start working on my work for my service-based business, everyone in the house comes and talks to me. Same thing with this. Drives me nuts sometimes. It's like they wait on me to do something. I guess that's just part of parenthood, right? so instead of cutting it at the end this time, I'm going to cut it in the middle. Oh yeah, much better. Duh, Brittany, why didn't you do that before? Okay, get the lid. Alright. Oh no. Gloves get slippery sometimes. Alright, we're not going to need the whole third bottle. Alright, we're at about 32.5, so we need about 7.5-ish ounces. And when you're pouring this, you also, I probably should have said this first, don't want to create too many bubbles. It'll defeat the purpose of what it's supposed to do. For some reason, like if you do it too rough or whatever, it like activates the lathering component of it. Alright. Still have quite a bit left in this, so we're going to save this for another project. Or make more, whichever comes first. Try to keep the sides of this clean so it doesn't get super slippery. Makes the spatula slippery. Alright, so for the time being we are done with the scale. We can take it off. Okay, next steps. We can sit that back. Well, actually I need to sit it to the side so you can see what I'm doing. We need a beaker and a gram scale. And we need our wheat germ oil and our bubble wash pearlizer. So we need 1 ounce wheat germ oil and so we need 1 ounce of each, wheat germ oil and bubble wash pearlizer. So 1 ounce of each. Now the bubble wash pearlizer is kind of thick, so I like to put the liquidy stuff in first and then add it in with it, so that way it's easier to get out. Alright, so there's 1 ounce of wheat germ oil. Set that to the side. We're done with it. And because this is super thick, we are not going to be able to use a pipette. So what I tend to do is tear the scale. Now you have to be careful with this. If you're not comfortable with this, then you need to dump that in there before you do this. You have to be very careful because that 1 ounce comes up really quickly. See how thick this is? Try to have a little bit of a slow flow. That way I can slow it down quickly. Well, almost. Alright, I'm going to show y'all. Because we put the wheat germ oil in first, you can really see it, but it moistened and lubricated the bottom of this. Maybe if I turn the camera up. So when we go to pour it, it should just dump right in. Alright, so let's do it. So now we're going to need our spatula because we're going to stir it, but very gently.
Hey Mom, you're the only one who knows this. Kenny's asleep too. Can I use your laptop thingy so that way I can try one more thing with my phone?
Right now, it's
Yeah.
not charged.
No, not that. To like poke out the SIM card.
It's in there, my thing.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to set this to the side because we're going to keep using it. Alright, so as you can see here, it all clumped up right there. So now we need to gently stir to get it all mixed in. This takes a couple of minutes and some patience. And if you really want to, you might, even using a whisk would probably actually work a little bit better, but I've gotten so used to using the spatula, it doesn't bother me. Just remember, anything that you use, you should not use to cook with. I mean, I have, but I also clean all of my soap making stuff very, very good. But I'm not saying that you can do that. It is highly recommended that if you use kitchen tools for soap making or bath and body products making, that you don't reuse it for cooking. Just telling you that I have. I'm not saying it's okay to do that, because it's not. Alright, almost. Alright, that's good enough. We'll be stirring it some more anyway. Now we need our lemongrass essential oil, our preservative, and apricot seed powder. Now, because these are like seedy, this is where you might want to use a dry beaker. But for these two, and actually you don't even need to use the beaker for the essential oil, because we're going to use, oh come on, don't do this to me. There we go. Because we're going to use a pipette. We need 18 milliliters. So, turn this up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. If you don't trust yourself to be able to keep track of that, you can always put it in a beaker and then pour it in. Done with that. Now we need our preservative. This is also a little bit thick, but hopefully, if I can remember correctly, because there's still a little bit of oil in there, should still be pretty lubricated. And we need 0.2 ounces of this, of the preservative water-soluble PF. So it's not very much. So there's that. Now we're gonna this in here.
It didn't work. Do you think tomorrow that we can go to Walmart to get a new Sims card?
We'll talk about it. I'm recording.
Oh yeah.
Alright, we're going to stir this up a little bit before we put the apricot seed powder in here. One thing to note about essential oils and fragrance oils, they usually make your soaps a little bit thinner. Sometimes they thicken back up, sometimes they don't. Oh, it's strong. Sure do love that smell though. It's like walking outside after your neighbor just mowed their grass. Alright, so set this over here for a minute. Get our apricot seed powder open. And then a dry beaker and your gram scale. We need 1.5 ounces of this. This is a 2-ounce bag, so it'll take most of it. Alright. Here's our apricot seed powder. We're going to pour it right on in. And then we're going to stir it all up. This makes a really good exfoliation for men, by the way. My husband uses it. Make sure they all are mixed in really good. So we don't have some bottles that has more than others. We also don't want clumps, so that's also what we're looking for. And you probably wouldn't be very happy if you came across a clump in your body wash. Now obviously I'm human, so I might miss one or two, but as long as it's not like a big giant clump, then it would be fine. I don't think anybody would complain. We haven't had any complaints yet. Make sure it didn't settle to the bottom. These are really light, so they suspend really well in the soap. This is where I was saying a whisk would also do really well too. Alright, let's scoot that over for a minute. Go ahead and put a bottle on the scale there. Then we're going to pour it over into our pouring pitcher. Alright. Saw a couple of chunks. Put them back in here so we can stir it around some more. so we're going to set this over to the side. And bring our scale over. Alright, so we're going to fill these bottles to 8 ounces. So make sure your scale is tared to 0 with the bottle on it. Put your funnel on. Make sure you have your spatula handy. And then off we go. Seriously? There we go. So there you have it, ladies and gents. This is something you can make for your man for his birthday, holidays, or if you don't want to buy it and you just like watching me do it, that's perfectly fine. Or not buy it, but make it, and you just want to watch me do it and